So guys, goodness now, oh my days. So, oh hello, I forgot your name. What's your name? This beautiful lady. Then Exo XZ. No, she's so perfect, guys. I don't really think she's well, 'cause she doesn't call me, but I know she knows me. She's like really really a hot girl. I know I'm 24. She's probably 26, but she's so perfect. I think she's made for me. But she has a WeChat. I don't know, guys. Maybe she WeChat. WeChat. WeChat or WeChat or chat WeChat chat we. Polyglot talk. Nah, zero cool. I prefer ZKP. Yeah, you got the merch. Cause you are baddie. I'm a baddie. Oh, that's my logo. It's hot. It's a hot. You can't fit. It's too fit for this girl. You have money, you have your time, but you don't have your time. What your name? You're from Ive. Uh, Rebel Heart. I love Rebel Heart. You're my Rebel Heart. Yeah, that's almost perfect. I don't know your name though. Chawan? Chawan? Oh, Chawan's your name. I love your name. What? Sorry. Sorry guys. I'm recording. That's so embarrassing. What am I saying? Give me a heart attack. Sorry, Chawan. Chawan. I love you in a way because you should be me dance everything. Basically, I'm kind of making my video today, but I was gonna go to Korea, Japan, do my PhD now. Anyway, especially just seeing a concert, because I'm missing life and doing stuff. I can go crazy, because I'm talking to myself. Sorry, Cheon, I gotta go. I'll talk to you next time. But that's my logo here. Okay, Cheon. I'll see you because you're obviously you're VIP member, and I'm making a video on my video here. So it's really very important to make right because it's about Intigi, my Wartech. Yeah, it's not paid. It's on my repository Wartech. If you go to Wartech, you should find the repository there. No, but you gotta chill one. Chill one. CHAERYEON. You said it's your name? I believe it's your name, but I don't know it's your name. I believe you're a perfect model, you're fit everything, and I want to be your fantasies, my melody. Don't worry, I'll come to your next concert. Sorry for now, let me in the chat. Let me end the call. Chewan, I've beautiful name. Chinese name? Japanese? Korean name, perfect. I love you. I love it too. Thank you. Oh, okay. Welcome back to my video. I'm Obinexus. That's just a chill one. She has a friend, but basically my friend's the number one fan is Tion. Tion fan, but I'm the one second one. I can never be the top number one for them because they always have a number one fan. So that was Chewan. I called Chewan, and she said it's okay to call her. So I called her and I put an image on her. But on real life because I can't go to a lecture concert. So design and technology. Basically, today is an Insiki project. Basically, Insiki, the Wartech repository. Basically, it's not war. It's not technology. It's not weapons. It's not technology. So it's like a toys. It's not toys. Basically, it's a subject question principle. So design technology. Basically, this is the open access framework for Insiki. But today I want to focus on the open science because we go to work on because I love tier one. That was just tier one. Because C for Charlie, H for hamburger, A for Alpha, E for Echo, R for Romeo, Y for yes, E for Echo, O for Oscar, N for November. From Ive, she sang Baddie and Rebel Heart. Dun-dun-dun. I love that song. She's kind of like a pick me girl. Oh, she picked me the new pick me girl from Easy One IO1. I don't really know no more because they don't have the updates on the channel for that. But she's a pick me girl anyway. Because on TikTok. So seriously, I'm picking her because I'm missing her more than saying because basically the goal of this vertical is you got like the OBS remake. You got the kill shot dengue as well. So basically, say I haven't got it ready properly. So basically, we've got tactile systems here. What tactile system? Basically, we've got a sensory tactile system. Because war is very dynamic, we cannot risk our senses to any kind of noise in warfare. So basically, a lot of the craziness, the madness that starts in war, literally is based on the infamous trench foot. Basically, if you're fighting with your feet, you forget your feet because your feet is like using all the energy, and then you get rotten, and you get moldy, and you get disease, and then you rot off and you die. You don't even notice, that happens sometimes. In the worst case, but that's what I'm saying. They kind of gear like optional and optional, such as leather, leather, women's leather. Leathers are there. They protect the skin, but they are kind of a primary defense. But we don't think of them because leather is like a no tight, tights. So tights are there, but they defend of insects because defenses can give disease and make the fruit keep worse and worse because those kind of things are there. Basically, it's for wearing. Basically, this for it's like tactiles, wearing things that preserve your senses, but they're not for they're for war, and they're not for war. So the two things basically you can use the war. So things like tights are allowed. You can wear tights because tights you deal with tights as a primary layer, and then you wear your wool boot. So that's what I'm trying to invent, like talking on tactile system, like polymer bound, based on if tights are there. I want to wear tights on my leg as a woman, as a man, because the tights are set on my ass and they're easy to make it working easier. More, look like Trump. So this kind of things like watches. These are like this watch here. It's more it's very important. I wear it. So this is the kind of the force, like the tactile systems here. It's not even like there's no war thing. It's more that things that are primary code and things that are always allowed to be in the war, like my watch. So that allowed because it's like a relic to me. But my watch is very important to understand why it's important to me. Because I'm going to try to give you the full analogy of this. Tactile. So what is tactile? Basically, tactiles are like things you normally interact with. For example, I'm looking at this kind of this is my watch. It's a tactile because it's a tactile of its own, but it's not. So it's born to its own tactile system, only one. Let me just try to make this full screen. Let me just do. Let me just go. Let me just copy this. Paste. So this should go full screen. Guys, 1 second. Full screen. So this is my tactile system. This is like a watch here, but you have to do this through. So you gotta lock this, lock it. This watch is tactile. You can feel it. You can see some kind of way. And this one way of tactile. Usually, you don't really think about it, but if I close my eyes and I feel this watch is like around, it's like a bumpy, it's like a edgy. But I'm describing it like in my religious framework, which is English. But this is not the definition I want from OPHD. Basically, this is a tactile system here, but I'm after my to experience all of it without the names, which one I'm trying to get children to do. Because basically I'm going to try to get children, muco children, including myself, to tell me what this is. Write it down in their own words. How they. Basically, if you're age 1, 0, 1, if you're born and you're above, age 1, minimum, you can talk, speak, and you can feel this. And what you guys are doing it automatically. So we can feel this. You tell me what this is. What my watch is. I want you guys to hold this and tell me what it is. Without even using English, in your own words, in Igbo, if possible, in CBD. I don't know what this is. I know it's rigid. It's rigid. I can't see it's rigid because that's why I learned it's rigid. But I would say it's pointy. Pointy because I see a lot of points. This is a sharp point. This sharp point that can cut me. This is a sharper point, but this point goes down. So if a choice, it's just sharper. So I'm saying this is a relic because it's a watch that's frozen in time. It's a broken watch, basically, but it's cracked. But why it's cracked means there's a lot of danger because I can't tell the time. I'm a dangerous man. So because I'm a dangerous man, like I said, I'm a dangerous man. I put some money in my pocket, because I stopped the time. But everyone has to occasionally have a time watch. I stop the time. I stop everything in there. I stop talking networks, things like that. So this kind of a watch is like nice for me to reflect on myself because it's like I don't become also to break me, so I become a rebel. But this tactile is like kind of, can you hear the sound? Basically it's kind of thing I want to do. For basically I'm trying to have some kind of geometric sparse tactile system based on consensus, which because consensus is like that. So basically, what do I mean by that? Geometric. Okay, the world around me. This world around me is more geometric. There's nothing linear. Even this paper has a thickness, but I think it can still be. If I bend it, can get some kind of sensation from it. That's like so it's like a 1D paper. You can take it around everything, but if I start feeling it, it feels kind of weight, but it doesn't feel like this. 1D dimension. So this kind of thing I won't differentiate, because this feels too rigid here. But I have some kind of sense. I know it's solid. So when I close my eyes, I know this is not. This is some kind of watch, and this is the paper, but I don't see it. I just have to feel it. So that's what I'm saying. Tactile is like feel something, feel my way through it. Because that's a primary sense of us. We don't really have to think about that verbal and mind consciousness, some of them. So it's meant to ensure the system is coherent. For example, you have like some kind of IMS device, because it goes off. But I know that IMS device when it goes up, this is things I want to stop from the war, because when I see an IMS device, I just know that's not me that's gonna die. I just know. Just seriously, if I see an IMS, I just know IMS goes straight to my head, and I know that I've seen it so many times that there's someone that's stupid enough that doesn't know what they're doing and run to no matter the updates to the game. Because that's what I'm saying. Because the IMS device and it goes in your head, over your head, you run to the danger. That's kind of what I'm saying. So the IMS systems are like one kind of tech system that's like broken. I know that, if I go back to log into Black Ops 2 today, Modern Warfare, like a Call of Duty, Black Ops 2, Ghost. I know if I see an IMS and I die, that's because I forgot. But I shouldn't forget what senses I felt, because I then remember that will never be me again. So I still remember, because by if I keep forgetting, if I don't log in. So example, the IMS, when you send an IMS down, it has to go up. It has to go, it has to go off. It doesn't really care. It works on radius. Usually, it works on radius, but it senses your footsteps. It senses vibrations around you, and the vibrations propagate to it, and it goes up to your height of your neck. It serves your neck and your head. If it says your head, that's wrong, because you can bend down on it. So it just serves you at neck height. But if you're quick enough, you don't just serve it neck height. Basically, the black radius is in your neck, but you lose your head too, because you're you're next to that's it. So I know that if I go there, I know, because they have some kind of beeping noise, beep, 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 and the IMS will have keep the sensors going. So I know automatically that's an IMS. I don't have to think about it. I just I have to just throw whatever stun I got in the game, whatever I do, because I really know the IMS is dangerous. So it's just basically it's kind of a pattern in the beeping. It's not, you can tell it from Claymore. That's the idea. I tell it from a Claymore, because when you get a Claymore, like in the kind of like later day, but I know the timing of all that. So basically, it's the sparse modeling of the Claymore and all the things that are there on the battlefield modeling based on Trident consistency, permission, consent, consistency model. Basically, I know if I see something on the ground, whether mine is new, because it's something that I haven't experienced before. It has some kind of audiation that I can classify quickly, because I know what the other things are. That's kind of picture I'm building here with the framework. Open access sensor tracks out to fly here. So that's kind of the thing I'm building. So it's meant to reflect the tactile nature of the description. If I go to a system, I want to understand what I'm doing, no matter if it's a fight or not. It's like some kind of protocol. Okay, so you get the sensory sense of motion. Sense of motion. So what do you mean by sense of motion? You get a sense of motion like the sense of motion, like you get a sense of direction. But I want you guys to get a sense of motion, because if you are in a war, you are sense of motion sick. You don't be motion sick. But if your sense of direction is lost, you are motion sick already. That's the idea. I want to basically get a sense of direction, what you're gonna do, and a sense of motion, things around you, that's happening. That's really the senses I want you to have as a priority. Based on motion. So what I call sense of motion, tactile motion. Basically this like is like example of it. This is my watch, the broken watch with the thing, but it has to be there because the direction of the direction is better when I use this watch, no matter how well but this watch is jingling. So I want to basically attach it to a weapon automatically, but I don't wear a weapon. Basically, some kind of this jingling gives me a sense of motion automatically, because I know the direction of the watch, but it's a motion direction. So if I have this kind of watch on some kind of like a cosmetic item, I don't even want to be basically it's like it's anchored to basically I want you guys to have some kind of cosmetic item to the watch that gives you sense of motion automatically. Automatically, no matter the way you're shooting, you know where you're gonna go next, because you know what's gonna happen next, because you are dictating your environment in real time. For example, if you're crouched, you know you're crouched already, because you see your crouch, but the motion, the world around you tells you you're crouched because of the jingle, boom, boom. So when you crouch, just for me, it would so go down, and I pivot. But it's a gyroscope that affects motion. So it's an active motion system. Let's call it an active motion system. No matter how much my guns sway, how much I have recoil, how much there's torque. The torque means like I don't know. Basically buoyancy. I got the formulas here, but I don't want to give it to you. Let me try to do it properly actually. What time? So I go to the buoyancy effect. The buoyancy. What is buoyancy? So buoyancy. Let me say water. So you get water. The buoyant when something basically the more something buoyant is more it's able to float. It's like a spring in the air. So the but buoyancy is more the spring in the water, because spring is a different medium. That's what buoyancy is. So, for example, if something is buoyant, it's easy to stay afloat. It's a float, afloat, like, on the medium of the sea. If something's a spring, it's easy to easy to like a coil back up. Because if you pull it down twice, 2k, it goes 1k, it was half k. It has to travel half k up. It has to take the kinetic energy up because it is buoyant. It's buoyant in the medium of air. So the thing about the spring problem is because it's buoyant, but it's buoyant in our medium. But you don't need air. Basically, if you get like a spring thing, you compress the spring, it springs back up when you let it go because there's some kind of the mechanic is torque. So it's been basically you got the kinetic engine. What the spring is, you got the kinetic engine in the structure itself, and that's what I'm saying. The kinetic energy is really in the structure how the coil goes, because your every time you have a coil, one coil, you are adding more energy to it, but the energy is going to when you like basically it's a kinetic system. So when you have a coil and the coil goes round, one coil, two coil, you have five coils. You have it's not a problem because you have five coils, one coil, two coil, three coil, four coil. This is like a five times kinetic energy of stored in the string. So if you have a straight line, you don't really have no kinetic energy. So if you uncoil the string, you have no kinetic energy. So you just have no energy trapped in it. So but this coil is like electromagnetic. So it can because it can be faster. You can allow faster electric transfers because they're compressed and they are pushed. They compress basically when they if you use a coil electric coil, you get the compression go to one point and that stops obviously. Think of like packets of data. You get one packet to a buffer, to some kind of buffer, and that buffer is only for speeding of this because it comes in chunks. So the buffer comes in chunks, and the chunks accumulate at some zone, ready for the next zone. And when they come in, they go faster into they go to the same space or faster, depending on the kinetic energy score, depending on how much you want to send the data, how fast you want the data. That's what I'm saying. Because coil structure is modular, it's kinetic, it stores the entire. It's like a parachute. A parachute like it's going down. So basically, you got infinite potential energy. If you're up in the sky, because you get like the energy. But when that energy is basically good energy. Say you're in the sky, you are not just hovering in the sky. I'm thinking this, you're in the sky, and in some kind of aircraft, and you want to jump off. You go off, you don't jump off. But you're jumping off, you're jumping to the ground in the aircraft. You didn't collect that kinetic energy. But that's not kinetic energy. That's basically that potential energy is not kinetic energy. Because you are moving to the opposite position. It's a balance. So basically, the balance is what I'm saying. So you get basically when I'm in the air, I'm in the air. I am not in the ground. I get gravity pull me down. Gravity is like a 9.81 g. That air resistance is less than gravity, so I fall down. But before I had kinetic energy, I'm falling down because of the gravity, which makes me gravity. I had the potential to fall, but that potential has been maximized by the kinetic energy. Because the potential for me to fall on the ground, and has been maximized. So like because I've been like an altitude that gave me that potential. Basically, because I really have the energy stored in me based on the medium I traversed. So it's like the more you go up to the sky, the more potential energy you have. Because there's more energy in that system to get you there. So basically, in the structure, so you have to get more aircraft to get you there. Doesn't matter the fuel, how you get there. But I'm saying potential, then you get kinetic, then you get the energy transferred into some kind of medium, like the parachute. Will come down safely. Basically, when you put the parachute, you get the gliding. So it's like you can glide to safety. You can get the parachute to hold the speed, slow down, change to a fall. So the idea of this system building is like some kind of a sense of motion based on your touch. If you have a trigger, you see in a gun you have some kind of release. Like you have the safety pin. Then you get the release pin. I think I don't know. You get a safety pin. Then you get release pin. So when you press the safety pin, you get safety pin, and you get a release pin. So this pin is going to basically when you get safety, you can basically get the best to get safety to release the safety. Basically when you get safety pin, you get the release pin. Then you get when you remove the release pin entirely, you cannot shoot the gun. So that's how I'm implementing here, but for sensors. So you don't make a mistake with your motion or some kind of dynamic environment you're in that's not really allowing you to breathe. You know what I'm saying? It's vortex, so the sense of motion is important because you get sense of direction, which is open sense bound. So I'm introducing the open sense sense of motion, open sense motion, dash motion, which is like bound to 21 times 21. You know, because I want to do it properly. So if I made it 40 times 14, it won't be account for everyone. So everyone has to be 7 times 3, which is like people who are old, people who want to breathe, people who want to live, and people who want to work. So we get the 20 union 21. That's we done right. 7 times 3. That's 21. 21 union 21. 21. Oh no, 28 union 21. Because you know there are 21 human rights, 21 people who states can account for at the bare minimum, and 28. So you get 28 union 28 instead. So you get that one. So you get basically I'm trying to reduce all the systems to 21 because 7 times 4 is 21. 21, but 7 times also 4 is 28, but 7 times 4 is 73 is 21. So the idea is to show that 21 is distributed across the life bracket where you get extra space 28 against everyone. So no matter what you're finding in a war, the sense of motion gives you a sense of direction, and the sense of direction is what you intake. So you know that's why it's very important to have a sense of motion first, the world around you, because the sense of direction isn't the problem. It's not really the problem, because you're perfect, you can see everything, but your motion is disorderly, because you know it can be too much for you to take in. So you have to ensure that you are accurately perceived in that state of mind. So that's what Chewan think. So the idea of this motion thing is to ensure that you do this. There's a kind of equilibrium of state of direction. You know, before you can act. You see it, you believe it. Basically, Miko, you see it, you believe it. You believe it, you see it. Because you believe in it, because you believe in the senses, you know it's there. You observe it, no matter the touch or feel. That's what tactile matters. You know, if you believe the thing is there, you know to act. You know. If you don't believe it's there, you don't know. It's very listen. If it's there, you don't act. It doesn't matter if you're listening, but if you know it's there, because you believe it, it's there at a bare minimum. So you know it's there because you believe it, and you see it, and you can act on it. So that's the idea. So you see it, you act on it, you believe it, you know it's there, you believe it. It's make believe or believe make. Basically, you make it up. You believe it's called make believe. So if you make it up, you believe it. You know, because it makes sense. It's in your framework, right? So if you believe it, you make it. So it's like epiphany. It's bi-directional filter flash conscious model. So it allows you to act on your own statement, instruction, and intent you want to do. So the idea is to ensure that the Gen Zs are there. You get paid and you don't get paid. Basically, there's no social care in my framework of health and social care. There's only enable. So we basically we're health care service. We're health and enablement service. So we don't have any complication with these normal people. So that's it. We're not basically we have the enablement service first, but you know we don't need nobody needs health support forever. So we just have them, we make them, we try our best, we leave them. You know, we try to, but that's the idea. I don't want anybody being in health forever. You know, I don't even like anybody me getting old. I don't know thought of it. But you know, basically, I don't need anybody. See, the health is like a primary. So you take care of yourself. You get the consistency to do so. You get the independence to do so. But you never get for us. Usually, the health is there, but you get health. So, as you get, you know, there's no social care, no care for anyone in the OPHD policy framework in any way, shape, or form. No one's cared for. We are all re-enabled, enabled and re-enabled, which are going to 116. So you get the condolences. So basically, the goal of this is to have a gun. If I have a gun, I have a gun, but I'm navigating it by myself, left and right. But I don't know. I'm gonna shoot. I don't know what's gonna get to me. Maybe I'm gonna monster, but I have a sense of motion already. So I know I can go anywhere without being motion sick. Based on the gear, kind of some exosuit I'm wearing. Because if the exosuit, I should to do it better. But you know, if the exosuit limits my motion, there's nothing much I can do. So things like safety crucial water, things that can hurt someone or really help someone. That's the thing I really need this for. Not for you guys though, but you can use it for your motion. So self motion is more important to me because you know I may know the environment very well based on my training, But if I'm motion sick, I can't use my gyroscope to do something. So it's kind of hurting me to say this, but that's why the policy is the you got health department, health and renewable. You got the design technology company organization, so you get that there. So you get you get basically no matter which you crouch, you get more stability in your frame of body, so you can move less, but you basically you get mobility, but you get precision. So you get more precision more you crouch, but if you crouch fully, you are much more precision in a gunfight. That kind of idea, CQB training. So this is the idea. We got consistent AI. So this is a public AI system. So you got a good consistent AI in my framework. Which I can do you want consensus? So you ask for permission from the AI. You then you ask for permission to the AI because you have to consent to the AI. Or basically you don't ask permission to the AI. You can ask permission for the AI, and the AI can ask permission for you too. You get consent. They agree to disagree the system, or disagree to agree. You agree on an objective, you disagree on an objective, your point of view. Basically, you can argue with the AI logically, and then you get the consensus model. The consent you get the consent to agree, and you get the consensus to act. So you can get the motion sorted out. But you need consensus to do it in a because you're trying to get a mutual agreement with the AI. Part of what is like suing someone for money, or like rolling a die. Usually it's your life AI really. But allows you to do things that you are really afraid to do or really scared of. That's what the AI is meant to do. It's meant to allow you to work in a way that's safely. Usually this AI is consensus because it allows you to basically this signal here. This image here. So this is the PNG image. This is my signal. So all systems draw what you draw. Because this is matter the motion, the medium you draw. So this is what I'm saying. This line, this is my signal. This is the system I draw. This is my handwriting. But the image which you draw it, anything you draw. Because like how you form words, how you form structure. So the ear is actually understanding you before it gets shipped into production. It doesn't matter who the person is. The person is allowed consistent AI for not free of charge, but bound to the constitutional policy. But they're not allowed a UAI, so they allow the public AI service. The UAI is for the same thing. Not because it's done, you don't need permission. Anything, you just need it to be you. Basically, this is for public AI. For people to use as a policy, but it's like this part authorship is like defense is not good. It's a gap between two lines, so it's meant to ensure that two lines of defense is not so to get the first consensus AI. You get UAI. So you get the UAI, which is like, I hope I've got something here. I know I've got nothing here. Oh no. The UAI. So this is the UAI, but it's not nothing here. But UAI. So UAI is like the basically, if you go to a private tab, you get a UAI. But it's really consensus system. But it's personal. So basically, it's for freedom of information request. So basically, the AI chases things for you. Chases up things for you. You don't go to the person. You don't keep emailing the person. So you get one private AI and one public AI. Minimum. That's what I'm saying. Really work as a private type, but for your doctor appointment, for your personal health record, for things like social care, oncology research, you get to basically as a policy when you're born, you get a birth certificate automatically in the constitution. You get what? You get money. How much money should be? Basically, I want to do some ratio to it. So you get the money for your PhD. So you already study your PhD. When you're born. So because we are all human beings. That's why I love anthology. It's about the world around us. So when you're born, you get money automatically. You get food. Well, I should get like food, which is like the bare minimum everyone should have. Water, things that you drink shelter and you get shelter. But you get that safely. You get that allocated to you in the future. So you get the money. Basically, you get the things you need now, which is the food, the bare minimum food, shelter, and water. So you get that also that was a policy done, guys. But so it's just true we don't go up and down running for any money, food, water. I don't want guys doing that anymore. But you have to start focusing. Basically, thinking about myself. So I started seeing stuff. So by five years of PhD, standard MPhD. I want you guys to do a PhD minimum of not 5 years. 5 years. 5 years you have a PhD minimum. because of the PhD. So basically, that's non-ontological, but PhD is formal when you don't have the resources, when you don't have the money. So you have an informal PhD and formal PhD. So if you don't really see this about informal, I don't really care. But when it gets to be serious, basically you get the MPhD and the OPhD. I'm not even removing the OPhD and PhD, because there's a lot of people in the world and people still do support MPhD and know the people. So if you come from a country and you do an MPhD, you can do abroad. I don't really care where you are. We don't have countries, but the MPhD is 5 years. So you get the bachelor, which is my bachelor in computer science, and you get what? Um, so where's my bachelor degree? I love you guys. This is my stuff, guys. I'm showing you guys my world, my PhD. So this is the PhD repository. Here, so this is like where it is. So let me just try to log this here. This is what I'm showing. This is a PhD. So you get a PhD here. So the PhD is like the scientific bound. So what's this here? So this is my so this is what I'm gonna show you. This is technical systems. Material categories, mechanical devices, so oh, that means it's passed, so that must mean I should stop this auto AI transcript. Yeah, so that's there. So you get this domain. So you get two things. You get this domain, but this is PhD. The PhD, so you get the PhD, but the PhD says you get a PhD here. But what the PhD do? So you get basically you guys get this. You get when you're born. So you get 5 years minimum PhD or MPhD. That's informal. Standard post. If you get really smart, you're doing a PhD already. MPhD is the sponsored PhD because you already got the money. You already started. Just ask the kid, what do you do? Once you do, it's just don't wake up. Don't force it on them. I think they can start speaking to you in their own way. What do you do? I'm doing PhD for your PhD. That's when you guys have to ask them as a policy. Because basically, when a child is born and can speak, talk, and do the thing themselves, just ask them this: what do you want to do for your MPhD? And ask them, do you want to do an OPHD or an MPhD? But that's what I'm saying. OPHD is ontological, based on your framework, so they know what they're doing. But the money is there already. It doesn't money over there, but you have to ask the money what I want to make. What explain to them what a project is. Example, a project is. Do you want to work on a project or operation? Basically, a project is like in the industry something that's time bound, smart bound, specific, measurable, attainable, timely, and timely, and has and done so. Basically, 5 years is a maximum PhD. So, do you want to start your own sector? What should be in arts and craft? Arts has its own sector. Basically, everything in Open is bound by sector. So, I'm doing general property sector. I'm doing arts and craft sector. But the health and care, the health and what? Being healthy is not an option. So we got the health and basically no money in health. Just no monopoly of the system. Basically anything bound to health and social care, health and renewable is literally off limits to, because health and renewable is no money. It's no money. It's no penny in it. So you get money to sustain yourself, but you don't. Usually, as you're born, you get the same money. Based on constitution, because usually sometimes they, based on the time of day and the basically the policy. I want you to take this properly. So you get the last two generations, Gen X. No, basically the right two generations before Gen Z, which is Gen Baby Boomer, Gen Y, Gen Baby Boomer, Gen Y, Millennials, Gen X, Y, and Gen Z. You get Baby Boomers, you get Millennials, Gen X, Gen Y is and get Baby Boomers before that. You get Baby Boomers, basically get the last three generations. X is like no Gen Y, they get baby boomers and get Gen Z, and they get millennials. You get millennials, which is my mom. So you get generations, millennials, Gen Y, and baby boomers. You get Gen X, but you get the last two generations for that before that generation, and then you compute some kind of racial generation. So you get put the money, and you get the money that you sustain them for to turn an adult. That'll be when they are 18 in the boyfriend. Okay, but the boyfriend, but when they're 18, 19, because I love you guys, I want you guys to trust us. So that money should sustain, but you should get it in a way that shows they don't hold it or spend it wrongly for their own safety. So that's what the AI is doing. So it's meant to give you ensure that they get paid this some kind of so it's free to charge basically. There's no limits to the system because it's money. always, what to do, what they want to do, it what to like, basically ensure that they don't have a complex to develop their own ideas and intuition. That's the idea, making it's like a utopian vision of education. But that MPhD just for that's for the MPhD. The MPhD is what 5 years. So they have a 5-year PhD. So they get money for 6 years because they meant to give them over the period of 6 years. So they feel self-sustained. So if you turn 5, you already know what you're doing, what you do, what you're gonna work on, you observe the world. But you have to ask them: do you want an ontological PhD, or do you want an MPhD, which is sponsored PhD? Do you want to be sponsored for your work? Which is still good. If you want to travel the world, so every 5 years, basically, you allow them to work. 10 years, basically, by age 5, they should be very verbal, very just no, that's the goal. They should be fully sociable. They should be interacting with people. They should be no masking. They should be proud to what they should be able to be proud if they want to be proud of reference on my constitution. They want to be proud of themselves, not me, themselves. What they achieve, who they are at that state of mind. Because if a child's not proud of the state of mind they are, they're gonna start deteriorating. Gonna start growing up short. That's the idea. They have to be proud at the bare minimum when they achieved each day. That's the goal. And they have to be socializing. They have to be authentic. So you have to be not harassing each other. Basically 10 years. When I get to 10 years, for me, basically they already just go up some prototype working. By 9 years or so, you go like something working a prototype or something they're building on. So onto the life, they can be work 9 years old, 10 years old, 10 years old they gain a chance. 11 years to get 9, 10, 11. So 11 years old they move on. By 10, 11, 10 to and a half, they try to get them. Which they really know what they're doing. But by 10 years they should be have some kind of survival skills, survival instincts like motion, sensory stuff. That's the idea. But because we're 10 years old, no, I don't want to continue 10 years to swim. I don't really care about 10 years. Like, I care about being, if I'm swimming for 10 years, learn for 10 years, you learn to swim. But for 10 years, I should be learn to swim, things like that. Swim around the port. I don't really care what they go. I don't know how to swim yet, but I stopped to learn basically. You can be able to do some sleep, like breathing. Like breathing, like military training. Basically getting into military by 9, 8, 9. So basically, they get to do the mini project, project. It doesn't matter because they ensure that they are some kind of equity, but they build on the knowledge of security, which is mandatory at any age is possible, any and every age. Standing up, but the idea is to show them to become authentic individuals, freelancers. Basically, what's my PhD here? Oh, basically, it's my college degree, guys. Guys, my NC level 3 E coding practices bachelor degree. And this from the meant to go Cambridge. But this is a bachelor degree here. Deborah, I don't really care. Oxford related. These people really annoy me. They're not giving me my rights to independent. But this is my front. This is my insider. Coding requirements and planning. This proof I have it because it's what you need. So it's my bachelor degree. I should have got this one as 18, 19, 20. And this is my gateway level 2. Basically, you can tell this one there. Error reading embedded code. Oh, basically, I'm trying to return. Basically, basically, you're trying to find that now. Okay. So basically, I'm gonna try to define the function output, and this output is an output source signal here. So basically, I'm trying to find this now. Basically, I just had an idea. Can you define a function that maps between two inputs, 2 to 1, 1 to 2 outputs, and that 1 to 2 will teleport will require to get some output. So basically, I'm trying to define some kind of functor, basically 1 to 1, 2 to 1, and then 2, 1 to 2. 1, which is like the output of the system, So the system is coding. So that's the idea. This is my level 2 English grade 2. But this all nonsense basically. They don't really want to talk about people. I don't care. So this is like the postgraduate system. So basically, the postgraduate is like the PhD. You get the what? So you get the bachelor, which is just 3 years. So, by the way, you should go to the bachelor. But if you can't do anything in the real world, you have to do it again. So you get 9 chances to do a bachelor. So you get consensus to do it. So you get permission to do it once. that's fine. You can pass it once, and you do it, leave. Basically, get permission. You basically do your bachelor's twice because I don't trust you people. So you have to get 2 bachelors in 2 things minimum. No, as a policy now. That's the policy. That's what we do. You get consent. But if we can make this consensus, 9, everyone gets on it. Basically, if you can do some hacking, I want to see you hack something, in some kind of or make some be something new on hacking. I don't really care what you do, but I care is bound to not gonna sue me. So that's the idea. If you want to hack something, red team, blue team, and you are some kind of security services, you hack something, and you shouldn't hack something that's dangerous, and that's your bachelor permission one, and then you do something else with the hacking. You go to you go up, you get a permission, consents, and consensus. When you get consensus, you can teach how to hack. Teach new knowledge and show people are getting it. Solving real problems there. So that's the idea. You get a system that's there. So you get the also you get permission, not needed, and you get a consensus. Basically, when you turn because when you turn 13, you need permission to do all these things. But you get 13 or so you really fighting for yourself. You really show you're independent. You are alert awake. So basically, there should be no fragmenting because it's a reflection of yourself. Your thesis of it doesn't matter. Basically, by 13, it should be integrated. It doesn't matter who you are. It should be integrated to war. Into war stuff. Biafran war, Igbo war, my story. And if you want, I don't really. But that's the policy now because you kind of see like it's conscription. Basically, it's conscription, but without extra straps. It's like basically it's not slavery. Basically, you got slavery with extra strap. But you got conscription, which like sending people war without extra strap. Because if you're already learning, why not learn about fighting? Don't worry about learn the full picture. You don't get. That's the goal. You have the full picture of your history, your past, and who you are as a human being. For OPHD, you can do MPhD too around it, but that's more for others because you have to do an OPHD mandatory for that because it allows you to immerse yourself into the state of war. So you don't get tricked. So that's sponsored OPHD. So basically, by 11 years old, anybody wants to join the war. Basically, if you got 12-year-old that wants to join a platoon, and if you're 13-year-old, you can do so because one person older. If you got a 12-year-old, 12 is the minimum you need. You get 11-year-old, the 11 is allowed to join because you are some kind of safeguarding there. Because you don't have to watch the person do it. And you get the PhD done, or PhD, ontology PhD, which is like 3. If you get 0 to 11, 11 plus 11, 12, 13, 14. But 13, 12, 13, 14. But each 13, you should go to a PhD one, and then with permission, and then get the permission needed to build, and get the if you do another one, 13, 14, 15, 16, you've done your GCSE, DCSE. But basically GCSE is done at basically GCSE does stop at 16 years old. But you've done your consensus. You go through trials of consensus, then you got consent. Then you got to then do your thing with consensus. You one more try, you get your 16, 17, 18, 19. 16, 17, 18, 19. Then you got the consensus. But this all to be unless you get 19 years of doing your PhD in whatever you're doing. Textile work, design technology, it doesn't really matter what you do. As long as it's innovative and it's new and it's based on our frame of reference on ontology in the world. That's good. So by 19, everyone should have done education. Everyone should move to their life. There's no fragmentation whatsoever because I'm suing council for this to work and not breaking against me. So I can free myself from this kind of stupid system called the UK system, the kind of bureaucracy. So that's the material science one. People's on board, timber. So this is like the cases I'm talking about here. It's meant to be because this is like automation. This is like robotic system. So this is like this is post 16. I just lost my work. More questions go to. Basically, this is what I'm saying. We got this kind of education site in the UK. We're gonna have this BBC by sets for BFRs, sovereignty. But they're gonna be all allowed. All the kids are gonna be allowed to get it, no matter the service. Because Muko journals, Muko tables, and Muko systems, they may be there. You don't need permission to do all this stuff. All you need is the time to be yourself, be your most authentic self. That's the idea. You don't need to work in your phone. You need to work for yourself. That's what one gets to do. I don't work for anybody else. Because you can work for yourself. You don't need anybody telling you what to do. Because you are ontological. That's the goal. You are. For every 2 PhDs you do 1 MD. For every 1 MD you do 2 PhDs. That's what you get to have at the best case scenario. If you want to do MPhD, there's something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So maybe some war, something happening. But I don't think that's really the variability, because I'm building around the people that I know and my history. But this multiplying ratios, basically this is a BBC by size. BBC by size learn, but then textiles. Textile systems are meant to give you the ultimate sense of motion, so you never decohere in the robot. So you know where you're going in the real time. So basically, you can have this as an motion. Basically, if you know your sense of direction, you have a sense of motion, and that's your upright motion. That's where you stand. So the sense of motion is really important to understand. That's as upright motion. So if you don't understand anything else, you're you're standing up for yourself. You are, you are still up and alive. That's what I'm saying to you guys. Okay. Thank you guys. Have a lovely day. Anything I'm forgetting? No. Anything I'm forgetting? No. That's the thing. Have a lovely day. Sorry, guys. I love you guys. I love Nigeria. No, basically, I'm seeing the council for £420 million. It has to be done properly, because I'm tired of people harassing people in Nigeria. I don't like it. I don't hate it either. But I mean, it will sustain me if I can prefer me, but like that. But I don't want to be like them. I want to be me. I want to be authentic. I want to give back to, because I'm a king. That's really means to me. I can do solve this problem. Mathematics or not, but it means a lot to me. If I solve this kind of constitution problem. So basically, the constitution model is really based on, basically, you have like a land and you declare sovereignty in that land, like not even five, like some kind of like this kind of a yard, this kind of, and I own this land, but it's my land. That's, I can make it a mini constitution there, but that has to protect. I have to protect myself, because I know I'm vulnerable in all this house situation. So I can declare the constitution. That's what you get to have your own complexes, your own compounds. That's one sovereignty. That's what you get to have, because the constitution presents to me a new way of living. That's what it means, a new way to life. I'm in a room, but I'm not scared. I'm not worried, because I'm protected by the law. My open access legislation on github.com/open access legislation. That's what I'm saying. It's not really problematic for me, because I'm legally it upholds what I call a legal structure. It's legally bounding. So if I go out now and I hit someone, I am affected, but I am affected to their legal framework. That's the problem. But because I'm a constitution, I am liable under my governance framework too. So if I violate my governance framework, and there's a misalignment to, which is teaching, and someone has to branch out to attack my cement. Basically, I'm maybe one man, but the constitution puts my body, my whole self. Not just my body, but my rights to property. Which one we keep saying it is meant to be, because I have a lot of allotment of land there in Nigeria. And so I'm saying the constitutional model is what I want you, the preference to have. But it's basically that's why I banned a lot of people from it, because I don't trust anyone. That's the idea there. Thank you guys. Have a lovely day.